Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Brenda and today we're going to explore one of the trickiest colours to mix, and that's green. It's everywhere in nature, yet somehow it seems to drive every artist mad. So let's break it down and I'll show you how to make some nice luminous greens from a watercolour palette. Okay, so let's dive in. For this demo, I am going to use this Cotman watercolour set. It's just a Skechers pocket set. So it has lemon yellow, they're written here on the back, cadmium yellow, cadmium red, alizarin red, we have ultramarine blue, cerulean blue, a viridian green, a sap green, a yellow ochre, a burnt sienna, a burnt umber and a white. I'm not going to be using white at all, but I'm going to just maybe demonstrate what each colour looks like here first, so just for a start. So that's our lemon yellow, and that's our cadmium yellow. So our lemon yellow is a cool yellow, our cadmium yellow is a warm yellow. Now we'll be mixing greens. Yellow and blue make green, so I'll demonstrate just the colours of the blues here next. So that's our ultramarine blue, and that's our cerulean blue there. So ultramarine blue is a warm blue and cerulean blue is a cool blue. Yellow ochre is also a yellow. That's a warm yellow. Do our reds. It's our cad red, cadmium red, warm red. And the alizarin red. It's a cool red. And burnt sienna is also considered a red. I'll just put it here. Nice earthy colour. So that's a warm red as well. Demonstrate our greens. So we have our viridian green here. And viridian is a cool green. And then we have our sap green here. And that's a warm green. I've explained about warm and cool colours in another video, and I'll link it in the description below. Okay, so we'll start with our cool lemon yellow. We'll start by mixing some warm ultramarine blue into that. So that gives a very dark, intense green. And you can lighten that by adding some more lemon yellow in there. Just give you a different variation of that green. You can do this with any colour you mix up. Just add more and more yellow in, and then you get a lighter version of it. Now we'll try our lemon yellow again. And this time we'll mix the different blue into it. We'll mix cerulean blue into it. So it gives a much brighter, cleaner kind of a green. And again, we can just add another bit of blue in, just to see how intense that gets. And we'll add more yellow in here. So you can see the different variations. It's very stormy outside here today in Ireland, so you'll have to excuse if you can hear the wind. Try the cadmium yellow next. Mix that with the ultramarine. Very dark green there. Try adding in a little bit more yellow into that. It's very much like a sap kind of a green here, because we're using the warm yellow. Just add another little bit of yellow into that. Lighten it out by adding more yellow. And our cad yellow is warm, and our ultramarine is a warm as well. So it gives this nice warm green here. Whereas lemon yellow and cerulean blue here, that was a cooler colour. So you can see the difference between cool and warmer colours there. Now I'm going to use our cad yellow again, and this time we'll mix our cerulean in with it. If we add a little bit more blue in there, darker colour, we'll add some more yellow in. There's a lot of variations of green there now. So to desaturate a green, when I mean desaturate, is just to darken it down a bit. You can add the opposite colour in the colour wheel. So the opposite of green is red. So we're going to add a little bit of red in to desaturate this green. Turns into an almost brown colour. So our cad yellow there. And our ultramarine. To mix another little bit of yellow into that. Ultramarine is a very high tinting strength, so the tiniest bit of ultramarine will make it go very dark. But I think if you notice, when I was using the cerulean blue, you need more cerulean blue to get a greener colour, so that has a lower tinting strength. We're concentrating on the cad yellow and the ultramarine here. I'm mixing them up again. Depends how much yellow that you mix in with the blue. It'll give you different variations of the same green. Now I'm going to tint that down with a little bit of red. See, it gives a slightly duller version of this one. Depends how much red you add in. You don't want to add too much red either. Like I probably added too much red in this one, which resulted in more brown kind of colour. That is still a green, even though it is kind of like a muddy green, but that's what we mean when we talk about desaturation. Now I'm going to use Viridian here. Very strong colour. So when I say strong, I mean a high tinting strength. And we're going to change that by adding a little bit of lemon yellow into it. So see how it brightens that up. It's almost like a luminous green. Look at all the different variations there. I've been cleaning my palette as I go along here as well, just with a baby wipe. But you can use your own kind of palette, which allows you to mix as many colours and then just clean up at the end. I've just chosen to do this because it's a little travel set. And we're going to go with our Viridian green again. Viridian green and cadmium yellow. We're going to add some cadmium yellow into that. So it's a lovely variation of greens there. We're going to go with our sap green next. And lemon yellow. Add some lemon yellow into that. And we're going to do a sap green and cad yellow here. So that's just the sap green on its own. And if I want to make this more intense, I can just add more pigment. Now I'm going to use the tiniest bit of our other red in this mix just to desaturate it. And it leans into a more of a brown here again. And just experiment with the viridian there. Add a tiny bit of red in. See how it changes the colour. And this is with alizarin red added in. It almost goes into a black. It's our sap green. Try a little bit cadmium in there. It's very brown. Add another bit of this sap green in. So that's sap green and cad red. So you can see all the different variations that we've got there. I'm going to try this warm yellow ochre just at the top here. So it's our yellow ochre. Another warm yellow. Just add some ultramarine in there. So you can see the warm yellows. The yellow ochre is a warm yellow, as is cadmium yellow. So the cadmium yellow gives these very kind of sap, kind of almost like a dirty green. And it's the same with the yellow ochre. Whereas the lemon yellows, they have like a cleaner type of a green. That's a cad yellow as well. This one here is the lemon yellow. This is probably the cleanest of the cad yellow colours, but it is mixed into a cool viridian. Don't get too hung up on cool or warm colours either. I'm just kind of showing you the difference here. We have sap green, which is a warm, and we added in our lemon yellow, and it kind of made it cooler there. So our sap green with our cad yellow, again, it's not as clean. But the more yellow you add in, like the lighter versions of the greens that you do get. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this helped you feel a little bit more confident about mixing greens and kind of trusting your own eye. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more painting tips and demos every week. And remember, every colour mix you make teaches you something new. I'll see you in the next video.